Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is December and it is time to swap out my perfume tray. I cannot believe we are here in the last month of the year already. So let's go ahead and get started with how I did last month. So let's start with this one is Amouage Overture Woman. I did wear this a few times. I can't see much of a dent in it yet, but you don't need a lot of sprays. This was so good. It's warm, it's ambery, it's boozy, it's rich, it's very strong. And then the dry down, it like has this really nice kind of sultry smokiness to it. I really enjoyed this one. So glad to have it in my collection. I will continue to reach for it throughout the cooler months, especially if I get a chance to go out and do something. I only wore this mostly around the house, but I really, really enjoyed it. The next one on my tray was Dior Pure Poison. This is one of my favorites. This is my second bottle of this. And this is just one of my easy reach go-tos. It's white floral, it's citrus, it's musk. It's a clean, fresh out of the shower fragrance that is good for year-round, all occasions, in my opinion. Let's come on to the Kayali fragrances. So here is the Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar, and I have the little travel spray, and you can see I put quite a dent in there. This is really good. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm trying to decide if it's like big bottle worthy. I know I'll buy a bigger bottle. I'm trying to decide between the 50 and the 100 ml. I want to give this a chance to macerate a bit and see how it changes over time. So I'll revisit this maybe in the spring, after it's had a chance to sit for several months, and see if that changes it at all. If the performance now is just the performance that it's going to have, but it's a good performer. I like it. It's way more complex than I would have thought a fragrance with this name would have had. I didn't think I would like any fragrance with notes of bubblegum or jelly beans, and it doesn't come across the way I was expecting. It's really good. I really, really like it. And on to the Kayali Wedding Silk Santal. Put a little dent in this one too. This is really good. This is one I definitely think needs to sit for a little bit. Oh, actually, I was going to talk about layering with this one, so I'll talk about it for both of them. So this one, I tried layering it with these two together, which I liked. I tried layering the Vanilla Candy with Vanilla 28 because I thought that'd be perfect together. I wasn't a huge fan. It didn't smell bad, but I felt like almost like they were competing with each other and not complementing each other. So I like each of them separately better than together. But I did mix this on top of Deja Vu White Flower, which is one of my favorite Kayalis, and that combination was fantastic. Same with this one. I haven't tried it with the Vanilla 28 yet, so maybe I'll do that soon. Like I said, I mixed it with the Vanilla Candy, and I liked that. And I mixed this also on top of Deja Vu White Flower, and that combination was also fantastic. I really liked that. This is another one I'm going to revisit in the spring after it's had time to macerate and mature and see how I like it. But I do like it. I like it more now than when I first got it and initially sprayed it. I wasn't that impressed. It is a beautiful fragrance. I'm going to see in a few months if it's actually still like worth all that hype it got last year. I have my Kilian Angel Share. This is one of the fragrances that I decided to keep on my tray all throughout the winter to kind of encourage me to reach for it more often and not just like once or twice during the holidays. I did wear this another couple times this month or last month, and it smells really, really good. I really do enjoy it. It's just not something I think I reach for on my own. Maybe because of the note structure, it's just not something I think of to smell like, but it's a really nice one, and it will be going back on my tray in December. Then I had MFK's Oud Satin Mood, and this is gorgeous. Like, I already knew I liked the way it smelled, but I only had a little sample spray that I, got in an order a while ago. So being able to spray it from the bottle, first I had to really experiment with the sprays because it is strong. I knew that from the sample. I've heard reviews. So I thought, okay, just 1 or 2 sprays will do it. That wasn't enough for me. I also don't push all the way down when I spray. So maybe that's why. So 1 or 2 sprays really wasn't enough. I could smell it, but I wasn't getting the full bubble experience. Oh, and then I sprayed like 6. That was too many. That was a rough time. But I found like maybe 3 or 4, depending on where I'm going to be, what I'm going to be wearing, what the weather's like, is perfect. So 3 or 4 sprays of this was really good for me. I really enjoyed it. This is a very beautiful, like deep, sweet, but not too syrupy. There's still something light about it, even though it's such a dark fragrance. I think it might, maybe it's the strawberry and the strawberry note in here. And I think there's caramel in here too, which surprised me. So it's not a sticky gourmand sweet, but something about it, it just makes it like really yummy and a little mouthwatering, but without tasting like, not tasting, don't taste it, without smelling like food at all, which I appreciate. So I will continue to reach for that one. Then I had my Tom Ford Santal Blush Travel. So I did wear this a few times, and it's nice. It's definitely not my favorite. As far as I can tell, as of right now, not full bottle worthy for me. But I will enjoy the travel and wear it up. It is a nice, warm sandalwood fragrance, but it's got a note in it. I'm not sure what it is that kind of keeps it from being what I want it to be on my skin, or it's missing a note that I'm looking for. I'm not sure. I'll have to keep experimenting. I got some really great sandalwood recommendations from people in the comments, so I'll be trying those out and seeing if I can find what I'm looking for. This is my YSL Libre Intense. I wore this a couple of times, and oh my gosh, it smells so good. I bummed I didn't wear it more, but in the beginning of the month, I had a cold, so I wasn't wearing anything for the first week of the month. But I did wear this a couple of times. It smells so good. This is one I will continue to reach for in the cooler weather, especially when I get a chance to go out. It's just a really sexy orange blossom lavender vanilla fragrance. I love it. Great performance, great projection. Always gets compliments. And the last one, this is Initio Side Effect. Oh my gosh, so good. I wore this a few times as well. Oh, just smelling it from the cap. This is a fantastic fragrance from the house. I'm really tempted to put this back on my tray for December, so I will reach for it some more. Every time I put it on, my eyes are rolling to the back of my head. This was great. I love it. I'm so glad I purchased it. And it's definitely not a safe blind buy. My boyfriend smelled it, and he's not a huge fan, but he has smelled it on me, and I think I remember him saying I smelled really good. He's tried it on himself. He wasn't a fan. So not a safe blind buy, but if you do like, dark, kind of boozy, tobacco, spicy type fragrances, give it a try. This one is really intoxicating to me. Okay, so let's move on to what is going to be on my tray for the month of December. Of course, we are starting with Kilian's Angel Share. I'm not going to say much about that. The next one I'm going to be putting on my tray is Dior. This is Poison Girl. This is the EDP. I love this fragrance. You can see I've got a big dent in there. It's got, a dark citrusy opening. It's sweet, but not too cloyingly sweet, at least not to me. When I first smelled it, I did not like it, but now I do. It's got this, just like this depth to it. I believe there's like tonka bean in the base. I just find this to be a very sultry, sexy fragrance. I've gotten compliments when I've worn it. And I think the performance and projection is pretty good. It's not the best ever. It's not as strong as some people have said. So I'm wondering if it was reformulated and it's weaker, because that's what fragrance houses have been doing these days. But I really enjoy it and I love it in the cooler weather. So I'm excited to finally put it on a tray. I'm probably going to wear that tonight. The next one going on my tray is YSL Libre. This is the Le Parfum. And I was really curious about this one because of the additional note of saffron in there, but I was concerned because of the ginger. I'm not a huge fan of ginger in fragrances, and I could smell it when I first got it. So I haven't worn it since the last time it was on a tray, I believe, when I first got it, if I've even put it on a tray yet. So I'm excited to test it out, play with it, see how it has developed now that I've had it in my collection for a few months. The next one going onto my tray will be another Kilian, and this is Love. Oh, I love this one. This is another one that when I first got it, or when I first smelled it, I did not like it. It made me sick to my stomach. It was so cloyingly sweet. I felt so nauseous. I could not get it off my skin, and it just like raged at me all day for hours. And I washed my hand off multiple times. But I went back to it probably like a year or so later, and I was like, oh, that actually smells really good. So I don't know if my nose just, matured, if it's settled. I think it's probably a combination of my nose really just maturing from smelling so many new things. But this is a really gorgeous, sweet orange blossom white floral. Like, I think there's other white florals in here, but orange blossom is the main thing I smell. There's marshmallow, rose, I believe, is in here. Not sure what else is in the base, maybe vanilla. But this is a really beautiful scent, but not a safe blind buy at all. I actually have worn this pretty much year round. Even in the summertime, I've reached for it. Not when I'm going to be out and it's like triple digits, but in the evening, I've put it on when it's still super hot. Just a little spritz here, and I've still liked it. But it can be cloying, but perfect season to reach for it. Another small travel I'm going to be putting onto my tray this month is by Ellis Brooklyn, and this is Apres. This is like going to Aspen in a bottle is what it smells like to me. This smells very like bougie. It's cold. It's fresh. It smells like this really luxurious cabin resort up in the mountains when it's snowing. This is something that I only really think of to wear when it's cold out. And while it's still not cold where I am, it is trending in that direction. It's getting very cold at night. So I'm definitely going to put that on my tray and try to get some more wears out of it. The next one I have is Musc Noir Rose by Narciso Rodriguez. You can tell by the dent in here, this is definitely one that I like to reach for. This is a rose musk fragrance is basically what it is. I believe there's plum in here. There's vanilla in the base. But this is a really nice, clean, yet seductive, sexy rose fragrance. I love this one. It gets compliments. It's easy to wear, especially like in the evening. I'm done with work, I'm taking a shower, and I just want to smell nice but not be bothered by anything. This is definitely one of those easy reach fragrances for me, but it is not a safe blind buy. So far from the house, this is the only one that I've liked. I think most people either love most of his fragrances or they maybe can find one, but I find them to be very hit or miss. So if you can get a sample or go into Nordstrom or somewhere and smell it on your skin, I do recommend it. I really, really enjoy it. Let's do this one next. So I have an MFK fragrance. This is Grand Soir. This is an amber vanilla fragrance. It smells so good. I think I've worn it once since I purchased this. So it's cooler weather, and I'm excited that I actually have a full bottle that I can test. This was another one I just had a little sample spray of. So I would just kind of spritz it here or there. When I first tried it, it was very aromatic, and what I thought was too masculine for me. I wasn't a fan. It didn't smell bad. I just wasn't a fan of it on my skin. But after it dries down and settles in, it becomes this really smooth, rich, ambery, warm vanilla, beautiful, sophisticated, classy fragrance that I do find to be very unisex, but definitely not a safe blind buy. Next, I have a Kayali fragrance. This is Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli. Oh, it smells so good. So this is obviously vanilla and patchouli. I must like patchouli. There's a patchouli in a lot of the fragrances I have. When I watch fragrance reviews and people say that patchouli is too strong and I smell the fragrance, maybe I just don't know what patchouli smells like. Because I don't usually pick up a fragrance and can say, oh my gosh, patchouli. But I've never smelled a fragrance that was patchouli forward and disliked it. So this is a really gorgeous. This is a deep, strong, bold fragrance. But I want to say the patchouli isn't too strong because I don't smell kind of like that earthy, funky thing that some people talk about. But I don't think that there's real oud in here, but something in here smells oudy to me, which I like, as long as it doesn't smell, fecal. I like that smell. I love woody fragrances. So this is one that I've had sitting for a while. It's had a chance to really develop and mature. And I definitely like the way it smells now more than when I first got it. So I'm excited to really give it some wears this month. And the last one, this is dusty. The last one I have here is Tom Ford Fucking Fabulous. This is one of my favorite fragrances from the house. Oh, it smells so good. It has lavender, I believe it has sage, big dose of leather. So if you don't like leather fragrances, this might not be for you. I like leather fragrances. I've smelled ombre leather, love that. The only reason why I don't have it is because I felt like I didn't need two leather fragrances from the house. I'm not sure what other notes are in here, but I find this to be a very sexy, alluring fragrance. Like someone spritzed on a really pretty perfume and then put on their leather jacket, and this is what their jacket smells like after they take it off and it's mixed with the perfume. It's so, so good. I don't know why I don't reach for it more often. When I first got it, I got a travel spray and used that really frequently. I don't know if it's the cost that's keeping me from wearing it because I don't want to purchase another one. I didn't buy this full price. Please don't buy it full price. I love this fragrance. It's not worth the full price tag. And I know you can get it at discounters. You can buy it secondhand from reputable sellers, please. It would suck to get a fake. But it's so good. And while I've had people smell it from the bottle and say, ew, I don't like that, when I wear it, they do compliment me and tell me I smell good. So this is definitely one you want to try on the skin. I get like a sweet, like dried fruits vibe, but I don't know what fruits I'm smelling. And then I get the aromatics and then I get the leather, and it's just a beautiful combination on my skin to my nose. Okay, so here is my perfume tray for the month of December. I'm really excited to get into a lot of these and, test them out and really give them some wears and get to know them better, see if I'm going to love them and keep them or if they're going to eventually be, cycled out of my collection. If you have any recommendations for me, please leave them down in the comments below. I always appreciate it. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.